morning, everybody. My name is Ken Byrne. I'm from the University of Limerick, and I have to say this is unlike anything I've ever done before. So if I act out of character, please excuse me. So I'm very interested in carbon sequestration and forest ecosystems, and I'm going to take a quick whistle-stop tour through that and share some of my thoughts with you. Okay. Content of my presentation. Okay, let's jump beyond that. Let's remind ourselves what the background is. Climate change. Despite what some political leaders would have us think, it's a fact. Okay. The scientific debate about whether climate change is human-induced or not has long passed. Global carbon cycle shows us a couple of things. Over the long term, the oceans and the biosphere have been in balance with the atmosphere. Okay? They release and exchange carbon in equal measure over the long term. Nowadays, land use, the biosphere is both a source and a sink of carbon to the atmosphere. Biological processes are very different in that regard to fossil emissions, which is literally a one-way street. This is where land use comes in, because if we recognise that the biosphere can take carbon from the atmosphere, and then maybe with human-induced land use change activities such as afforestation, we can make that sink bigger, or through activities such as reducing deforestation, we can reduce the losses to the atmosphere. And not to dwell on this for too long, but any consideration of how to manage the atmosphere, which is what reducing greenhouse gas emissions is trying to do, cannot take place without consideration of this. Okay? It's a key part of it, but it's not the entire solution. Okay? So, for a long time, there's been a lot of people trying to get global agreement on reducing greenhouse gas emissions. I can recall back in 2000, Kyoto Protocol was struggling to move along. The then President of the US walked away from that agreement, and it'll be interesting to see what happens to the Paris Agreement of December 15 if those events continue to reverberate or history repeats itself. EU member states have targets. You can see them there: cuts in greenhouse gas emissions, share of renewable energy. And these are both parts of efforts to reduce emissions, and particularly interesting for forestry, and improvements in energy efficiency. Woody biomass contributes about 44% to renewable energy production in that year, and forest resource utilisation is likely to become more intensive. We're already across Europe, lots of forest biomass is being used to generate energy directly. It's used in the wood processing sector already, and it's been used for domestic and industrial heating sources. And there's also likely that in the future, that's not an art. That's not an art. But where you change how forests are managed and how the resource is utilised, that has spillover effects for environment, society and the economy. And there's a need to understand those impacts, how they interact, before a forest policy is changed or any site management or how site management is changed. And there's also a need to maintain the carbon sink at the same time. Now, forestry in Ireland is a relatively young business. We're looking at a century of afforestation programs, and currently with just over 11% of the land area is afforested. A large proportion of that in public ownership. A large proportion of it is exotic conifers, highly productive exotic conifers, principally cypress spruce. And Interestingly, from a carbon point of view, 44% of the forest is on peat soils. Okay? Not all these forests are eligible to be used as mitigation. Only those planted since the baseline of 1990 are eligible. It's an important thing to distinguish. Forest carbon stocks as opposed to sequestration. Stock is the amount that's there. The amount that accrues year on year is what you can use to mitigate your emissions. But let's look at some of the numbers. Big one I point you to is soils. 85% of the total carbon stock in our forest is in the soil. And it has, and you can see a slight change in an increase in the carbon stock here over a 6-year period. That increase is not due to sequestration from the atmosphere being transferred into the soil, but simply because the area of forest increased. Okay? So that's another thing is the stocks that are in our forest soils are not there due to the forest. They're there from the previous land use, principally peat. Okay? So a large amount in soil, the biggest one, and you can see a considerable amount in biomass as well. Okay? The Kyoto Protocol established Article 3.3, which said that forests planted since 1990 could be used to offset or mitigate emissions. Okay? And those forests in Ireland represent about 5% of national emissions. But the rate of afforestation, the rate at which you plant forests, because it's a long-term activity, influences what happens in the future. Soon enough, forests planted today will be harvested. And at that point, you will incur a debit. So you need to have forests to compensate for it. Okay? Here's some work done some years ago. We have different annual afforestation rates. So planting a forest on land that didn't have forest on it before. Okay? And so you can see the red line there represents an annual afforestation rate of 7,500 hectares. If the annual afforestation rate falls to that level, it will be insufficient to maintain the sink into the future. We need to keep planting forests if we want to maintain the sink. Okay? And all too often our afforestation rate is very uneven. So for a long time we were very concerned about, rightly so, investigating what happened to carbon in the forest. But of course we take carbon out of the forest all the time in wood products, and we use them for a range of different things, such as furniture, for example, construction, where it has a particular lifetime. We use it for pallets. Increasingly now we're using it for energy. And where you take that material out of the forest, you take nutrients out as well. Okay? And in the future we may well see chemical processing of woody biomass to make downstream biofuels. Okay? So there's a need to understand these whole chain of activities and how they work together. Increasingly forest biomass is being used, and you can see some numbers here, particularly at Edenderry, co-firing of peat with biomass, and it's something we're likely to see expand into the future. But these things are all interconnected. I just want to make the point that you can't change any one part of the cycle, like changing the carbon sink or changing forest management, without having a spillover effect into what happens to the kind of material that comes out of the forest, how the forest grows indeed, and what that material might be used for afterwards. And indeed, if you change the market for woody biomass, that spills back into the forest. Okay? So we need to try and capture all of these things, and the European Forest Institute have developed a tool called TOSIA, which can do all of these things, okay? Or at least makes an effort to analyze things. Okay? So, just want to mention a recently funded European project is going to look at the sustainability of different biomass chains and compare them to those based upon non-renewable building materials like concrete and so on. And we're going to carry out a case study in Ireland. So effectively, hopefully, it will bring together full chain analysis of the forest cycle with understanding the carbon sink and how they interrelate. Because you can't disaggregate one from the other. You have to put the whole lot together to understand and capture the complexity of the chain. So use of forest biomass for energy needs to be consistent with sustainable forest management. You need to understand the impacts that your removals of biomass are having on the energy cycle. Okay? For example, if you remove nutrients from biomass, are you compromising the future yield of a forest? Is the productivity going to fall? How do different soil types respond to that? Is there an impact on water? Does the soil lose carbon? It's well documented that disturbance of the soil removes carbon. Is there an impact on biodiversity? We need to consider this. We need guidelines. If we're going to get into large-scale removal of forest biomass, we need guidelines that are regionally specific, not big one-size-fits-all solutions, because there won't be a solution. Okay? And the key thing is, for forest bioenergy, we should replace fossil fuels, because it's only by replacing fossil fuels we reduce the emissions, not competing against fossil-based energy. Thank you.